Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Also, just clear my throat there. Hope you can hear me. This is me, Machine Dean. I'm Dean. And no, we're not going to be playing writing with a cat on a shelf. We are going to be playing. Oh, excuse me. Just get in position. We're going to be playing some Doom. So yeah, I will now just reduce that down a bit, so hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. Yeah, so this will probably be my last stream of 2018. As some of you probably know, I've not been in the best of health in terms of my knee. I haven't been able to get to my usual streaming kit, so as such I have currently had to try and use an Android device, which has been kind of getting me by, as it were. Not great, but it works, so I'm going to go with it. And since it's the 25th anniversary of Doom, I thought, why not get some Doom action? Everybody loves Doom. If you don't like Doom, why? Why don't you like Doom? Just having a quick look. So the current count for followers, which still astonishes me even till today, is currently sitting at 54. And not so long ago, I was like in the mid-20s, which even till now is pretty crazy to even think that I'm even at that level. So to the 54 of you, thank you very much. I really appreciate the follows. I am still flabbergasted I've even got 54 people that even follow me. But yeah, next year will be better streams, more often, more consistency, and hopefully my body will stop breaking itself so that I can concentrate on streaming a little bit more. But anyway, with that being said, let's get some Doom going. So, let's exit that out. Let's go into here. Just going to check to make sure that everything is functioning as it should. Hopefully it is. Bear with me. Oh, there we have it. Fantastic. So I'm actually I'm having to kind of bodge this together. So I've got an iPad that's showing me what I'm streaming, and then I've got the tablet, the actual little Android device in front of me. So I'm kind of trying to keep an eye on what everything's going on. So it's going to be an interesting stream, but never mind. I have got the chat in front of me, so so anything you do say, I will see. And I believe it will actually come up on the top left of this window anyway. Again, apologies if the audio is a bit naff. I have been trying to work countlessly, trying to fix it. It's been a bit of a pain. I've got a few guys on the case, so if I can crack it, I may try and do a few extra streams. As I said, the audio's been a bit of a problem, and I just haven't got it working yet, which is quite frustrating. But anyway, let's get into some Doom, but we're going to go for the PlayStation version of Doom, as it's the only one I could get working, funny enough. So hopefully this will bring back some memories of booting up old PlayStation 1 games. Who doesn't love this boot sequence? Oh, tremendous. If I get the chance, maybe I'll try and do a different version of Doom. There's I'm trying to remember the name of it now. There was a different version that was made not so long ago, where basically they started to put different physics in the actual game. So they started adding like 3D physics into the 2D game, which looked crazy, but also looked absolutely brilliant at the same time. So we'll see. If I get the chance, if I can get this microphone thing cracked, then we will be in business, and I can do a few more streams before the year's out, which obviously I'd like to do, rather than not be able to stream, which makes me sad that I can't do it as much as I want, but these things are here to challenge us, right? Okay, right, so here we go. Also, let me know in the chat if the game audio, the voice audio is okay. Again, I'm not trying to win awards here for brilliant streaming here, but I'm trying to do my best for you guys anyway. Right, so as you know, it is Doom's 25th anniversary, which is crazy to think. It's been 25 years since this game came out, which is absolutely ridiculous. Maybe not 25 years since this actual game that I'm playing here came out, but 25 years of Doom since the original came out on the PC. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that this game pretty much revolutionised first-person shooters. I was actually doing a little bit of research earlier, looking at kind of some interesting facts about Doom. I didn't realise the name Doom actually came from a film that Tom Cruise was in. Oops, pushed the wrong button. I'm trying to remember the film now. I think he's playing pool or something, and he's like, "Oh, what's the name of your, or what are you gonna do?" And he's like, "I'm gonna bring Doom." And ever since then, John Carmack was like, "Yeah, that's the name of the game. That's what we're gonna call it." So, and also this game was actually meant to be a game based on the Aliens franchise, which obviously didn't happen. So they just released it as a standalone game, which I found quite interesting. Two facts I didn't know. But it's still so playable. Some other interesting things, because I was obviously I'm emulating this and not playing it straight from an original. But the other things that I found that were quite interesting was the fact that hang on, let me take care of this imp. Go on, sit down. There we go. The fact that the variations of Doom from console to console and how they had to get around certain things. So I'm trying to remember some of the standout points that I heard earlier. That one of the actual where's the switch? One of the actual there we go. One of the actual best versions of this, strangely, is actually on the Jaguar, because the Jaguar version was actually one of the closest ports from from the PC to the console. The only problem is that let the Jaguar down was obviously the power that it had. So they had to massively cut down on things like the audio, some of the graphics and stuff like that. But in terms of the actual frame rate, once they sorted that out, it was on par with the PC, which I found quite interesting. And then off the back of that, multiple different versions were based off that version. So I think the Saturn version was based off that, and quite a few. The only one that was actually probably the closest actually to the PC one is the one that I'm playing right now, which is actually the original PlayStation one. So it was quite interesting because some of the other versions of Doom where they had to cut back. For instance, they took out some of the animation sprites for the guys. So, for instance, they only had forward-facing sprites. So, for instance, you couldn't actually sneak up on anyone, which is a bit naff. So you could only ever shoot people front on. You couldn't sneak up on them. But yeah, quite an interesting, some interesting facts about Doom, and it's amazing the amount of effort that some people have gone to actually get this running on weird devices. I think people have got it running on Apple Watches. Oh, that's the beginning. Running on Apple Watches, and what else did I see? An electronic calculator, which I found quite funny. Thermostats. I think someone managed to get it working on a thermostat or something crazy. So, yeah, it's amazing to think how many times this game has been ported to a plethora of different platforms and is still so playable back then as it is now. Right, I need to start concentrating because I can't remember this at all. Let's get some armour, always good. But yeah, I'm still stunned that it's 25 years old. Like, I was genuinely shocked. I heard that. Yes, I need a card, didn't I? Right, I think I've been up here. That's what happens when I get talking. I completely forget where I am. Right, it's not there. That's where I came in. Aha. This looks better, doesn't it? Right. Now I have a shotgun. Guns that fire a shot. If anyone gets that quote, well done. Come on, go down. There we go. By the way, for anyone new, I can't actually see who's actually in the stream at the moment, or can I? Am I smart enough to actually be able to do that? Or am I about to break things? Hang on a minute, let's see. Can I do that? I don't know if I can actually. I don't think so. Anyway, if you are new here, welcome. And if you would be as kind to go and smash the follow button at the top right of your screen if you're on a desktop, and that will keep you up to date of all the streams I will be doing. Maybe I don't know how many I'll be doing after this, but definitely in the new year I will be doing a lot more cool streams going forward. Oh, dodge that. Oh, I forgot that bloody stuff hurts you. Let's turn that on. Actually, one of the other hilarious things I read earlier about Doom. What have we done here? got myself in the kerfuffle. There we go. One hilarious thing I heard about Doom today was also, I think it was the Saturn version where they had to cut quite a bit to make it functional. Or was it the 32X version? Maybe. It was definitely one of the Sega versions where they had to cut a load of stuff out, and basically they cut so much out that if you used a cheat to try and skip to the end of the level, you would basically get given a C command prompt, like a DOS prompt, where basically they hadn't because it was a PC port, they'd obviously ported over the exact part, but they'd not finished the code, so that it kind of ended at the right point. So you just end up with a computer prompt blinking at you, and then you obviously can't do much with that, so you'd have to actually restart the game. So, but yes, fascinating Doom, and it really is a fascinating story. And I also read that the gentleman who made it, so Carmack and the other guy, John Romero, that's it, are also working, or I think John Romero definitely is. He's working on another project that's like Doom. So it's interesting to see that he's definitely working on something that's going to keep him going. I think he'd been trying to work on a few different projects for a while now, so it'd be interesting to see what the new game is going to be, and whether it'll obviously be as revolutionary as this one. Oh, we've got a room full of all kinds of badness going on here. Come on, there we go. Right, end of level 2. Boom. Cakewalking this. This is good. Who have we got in the stream today? Apparently I've got 3 viewers, so to the 3 of you, thank you very much. Appreciate you popping by. So just checking my stream a minute. Again, let me know if the audio is a bit pants. I do need to either talk a bit more louder or raise the game audio if it's not high enough. Let me just pump that up a tad bit more. Bear with me. Right, that's sorted. Let's kill some more. I still remember when this came out, actually, how amazing it was, and even like back then on a older PC. And do you know what? That's another thing. Oh, hang on, if I absolutely flop this, I think I have. Oh, hang on. No, yeah, I'm dead. One interesting thing was actually some of the ways that they used to try and get around having this work on platforms that weren't as powerful. So one of the things they actually used to do, I don't know if you can actually do it in this one. Hang on, let me see. No. So one, put it together. Maybe? There we go. No, I don't think it will let you do it, will it? No. So one of the things that they actually used to do, and you may have seen this in some versions of Doom, is they actually used to make the actual window, the bounding box around it, smaller, so that obviously the game was taking up less of room on the screen. So as such, the graphics weren't as intense, and obviously the amount of space that is taken up on the screen is less, thus meaning that the computer doesn't have to work as hard. So I thought that was an interesting way they tried to get around that, by putting a pretty border around it to try and make the processor not work as hard. But yeah, it's quite, as I said, it's a fascinating subject to get into, and the video that I watched was absolutely brilliant on it. The guy literally broke down every version of Doom that was made. This was all on YouTube, by the way. But yeah, basically the guy broke down a whole history of every single port that's been made for consoles, from the worst to the best. Strangely, and I was quite surprised to learn this. I can't believe that imp just took that guy out. Brilliant. one of the best versions of Doom that ever came out was actually on the Game Boy Advance, which sounds crazy, but because it had been almost cut down, it ran so fluidly on the tech. I mean, the thing that let the Game Boy Advance down, obviously, was the fact that it had no backlight. So, playing a game like Doom, which is obviously in a dark and dreary location in most cases, to try and play that on a very small device that didn't have no backlight is not exactly going to be great. So I just want to clear this out because otherwise I'm going to get dead. Right, come on. Right, good. All dead. Good, 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 good. Right. Right, you can go. Sit down. Go on, go on. Ah, dead. Bugger. That was me getting overconfident. Right, let's go again. Right. Oh, hang on. Who's that? Who be that shooting at me? That's what I get for being confident in the earlier levels, thinking I can just cakewalk this now. Yes, have it. Another interesting Doom fact, the Doom guy at the bottom of the screen didn't actually have a name until they actually wrote a novel about Doom, and then they decided to name the character. So, with a random bit of Doom trivia for you, just in case it pops up in a pop quiz. Although the person's name of what they did call him has now just evaded me, I can't remember. Come on, you bugger. Go on, sit down. And you. And you. And you as well. Actually, one of the versions of Doom that people don't class as Doom, which I think is a little bit harsh, is Doom 64, which actually is its own entity in itself, as it was actually coded and built up from, to coin a phrase, from the ground up. It was quite literally made from its original source, so there was nothing from the original game that was actually sort of put in it, except for obviously the name, which I thought was quite interesting. The fact that guys actually went to the trouble of actually redoing a whole game from scratch. So, hold, will you bloody sit down? Right. Boom. This don't look like Alien Trilogy. No, it certainly does not. Alien Trilogy was a great game, actually. It was actually one of those rare games that actually looked fantastic on the PS1. And also, I remember distinctly the what do you call it? The tracking sensor radar thing used to haunt the crap out of me playing that game. Oh, I used to hate that so much. Right, where was I? Killing people, and I now have a blue card. Right, so let's go all the way back. Blue, 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 blue. Go back along here. Alien Resurrection, good on the PS1. Shit film though, absolutely agree. I'm actually trying to think of the last Alien film I saw that was where I actually sat back and went, you know what, I enjoyed that. Prometheus, oh god, I don't even want to talk about it, it gives me nightmares just think about it. True story, I went to see Prometheus with a bunch of friends in the cinema when it first came out, in 3D, and I fell asleep, part of the way through. I was that bored. Absolutely true. Ah, there is a blue door. And some angry folk. Also on the another random bit of trivia for you. Oh, you bugger, sit down. The SNES version of Doom didn't have any blood in it, so they had the green blood, as it were. So obviously Nintendo didn't want anything that looked too realistic, so they changed the Red blood for green. So there you go. I didn't fall asleep, but was annoyed that I wanted to punch someone. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe that's why I fell asleep, so I didn't have to do that. Oh, alright. So we're getting a bit tasty in here now. Alright, come on. Sit down. Bloody imps. Alright, is that the exit? No one else around? Good. Alright, let's collect all the stuff. Alright. I don't know why I'm randomly shooting there. I thought someone was shooting at me. Never mind. Right, anyway, level done. Everyone gives Alien 3 shit, but the extended one was kind of decent. Yeah. I don't know, I think the first one's obviously iconic, right? I mean, that kind of set a new benchmark in the genre, as it were. I like 2, but I feel like 2 is a little bit too yeehaw, we've got the big guns, we're going to go and hunt an alien now. I just felt a little less about the alien, just more about let's go and carry big guns. But yeah, 3 was pretty decent. I think you're right there. Yeah, Alien and Aliens were good. Yeah, absolutely. That's right. We won't talk about the Predator films or the remake. Oh, jeez. Why do such horrible things? Right, hang on. Need to boom, 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 boom. So many explosions, you gotta love it. Resurrection was just a cash grab. No, absolutely. It pisses me off that these companies get away with making such absolute pish. Oh, hang on. Has the stream just gone out? Bear with me. Is the stream cut off for you guys, or is it still showing? Right, looks like it's still working. Right, ignore me. I was looking at my screen, and it just went black, and I was like, oh, okay. Maybe my dream of streaming from this device had clearly gone wrong, but it hasn't. So. Sorry, I'm just catching up the chat. If we're going to make an Alien vs Predator movie, at least throw in some Marines. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it just seemed a bit odd. A very odd storyline and just an odd plot, and everything was just odd. Odd. Let's shoot all the imps. Goodbye. Oh crap! Oh, you have a chainsaw, chain gun even, not a chainsaw. I was thinking of. I was thinking of Gaming Muzo with his chainsaw. That's why. Ah, good. Wonderful. What's not to love about this game? Stream seems alright, good. Or if you make a Doom movie, make it set it in hell. Do you know what? There's something about the Doom movie that just, I don't know, it tugs at heartstrings. I think the first person bit in the film was actually very clever, and I actually commend them on even attempting that. So I think that takes a lot of balls to that, but yeah, the rest of the film was pish, so. Which is a shame, because the actual cast was actually half decent. Again, there's so many of these game films that come out that just do not, they completely miss the mark. I mean, I'm a massive Hitman fan, and the Hitman films have just been awful so far, and it's a shame because it's a fantastic character, and I actually think the Hitman franchise would actually be better as a TV series than the films. There's so much backstory and different parts of the character you could go into, but just keep throwing shit at it and killing franchises. I mean, Assassin's Creed's another one. Sympathy, motherfucker. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, it's just a shame that I'm trying to even think of a single film, game, whatever you want to call them. It was decent. I mean, the Mortal Kombat one, yeah, okay, I'll give you that. It was probably entertaining to watch and probably was closer to the game than all the others. I mean, dare I say Street Fighter, but I mean the entertainment value was more the fact that it was just ridiculous than anything good. So, right, I need to get up there, don't I? Mow these people down. Goodbye. Not a fan of Assassin's Creed games. I'll tell you, I'll tell you an absolute true story. I used to love the Assassin's Creed games. The first one, loved it. Second one, adored it. Then I played the third one, and it put me off the entire series when it went all, oh, it's all trippy and magical and time travel and blah, 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 blah. And in fact, I remember, oh, was it Assassin's Creed 1 or 2? I want to say 2, where literally to end the game, you look at a wall and the credits run up the wall, and I was like, that's the best ending you guys can come up with. For real? That is the best ending you guys could have come up with. First Mortal Kombat was good. The second one was awful. Second Assassin's Creed got about halfway. Oh, can't quite see the rest of that. Hang on. Got about halfway. The other half and thought, fuck it. Yeah. Do you know what the problem was with Assassin's Creed? Too much repetitiveness. Too much repetitiveness in that game, and it's such a shame. Again, just lazy thinking. I also don't know where the friggin' hell I'm going in this. So. Right. Come on, Dean, you can work this out. I know it's been a few years. A few decades, even. Right. What we got here? Right. Okay. Oh, hang on. Consult the map, of course. Oh, I forgot. It's not that kind of map, is it? Silly man. Right. How's the microphone sound, by the way, Tiger? I've had massive problems trying to get this bloody thing working, so I'm hoping that me talking excessively loud and being quite close to it means it is actually sounding semi-okay. Right, come on. Good. Right, so, hang on, no, it's not there. I'm seeing a blue wall. Nothing blue. There is obviously. You sound a bit muffled, but isn't too bad. Okay, alright, well, that's good to hear. Well, no pun intended there. Boom, boom. Be right back, dinner. Oh, question is, what are you having? That is the question. It's a very important question. Oh, I don't know where the bloody hell I'm going. Oh, this looks different. Alright, I've managed to stumble in somewhere new. Good. Whoa. Mow everyone down. Oh, shit. Hang on a minute. Am I meant to... I has a confuse. So, am I meant to... Ah, right. Okay. Now I get it. So... Back in here. There's obviously something I'm missing. What am I missing? Just going to adjust this slightly so I can actually see what's going on. Where the bloody hell is that key? Ah, right, you're the other side of that door. So, go into here. Up here, meant to go over, okay, fine. I haven't got a yellow key pass. Can't open that. Go into here. There's nothing else in here, is there? No. Bear with me a moment, just gonna check. Oops, managed to kill it. Right. Right, who was I? Trying to find a bloody yellow key class. Right, that's what I'm trying to do. Right, so you are sitting behind that. You can sit down. Ah. Can I? No, of course, Dean, that would be stupid. Right, so I need to go that way. Okay. Bloody imps, get out of my way! Ah. Ah. Never mind. Right, at least I know where I'm half going now. Oh, what? I got to start from the beginning? Oh, you got to be kidding me. With a bloody pea shooter as well. God damn it. I can't believe I've lost all my guns. Sotted hell. Oh, this is awful. Have I literally got no... Right, yeah, I'm going to have to be a bit more clever about this. Clearly I'm going to have to keep moving. Right. Ah, hang on a minute, I've got an idea. Right, that was a shotgun, mate, wasn't it? Go on, quick. Oh, bloody missed it. Go on, pick up the shotgun. Yes. Run, 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 run. Right, you can go down. Oh, you can sit down. You can sit down. Bloke at the back, you can sit down as well. Right. Excellent. Oh, bloody guy in the oh. Right, let's try again. I can't believe I lost all my guns. Idiot. Right, let's quickly dive in it. So I'm gonna get the shotgun off this guy. What? No. 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 Hang on. No. Give me a shotgun, please. Everything. Right. Oh, has it got? Oh, it's got a bloody ammo. Shit. Christ, how many bullets these bloody imps take? Come on. Sit down. Oh, you got to have a laugh. You got to have a laugh. Right. Oh, I need some health. Am I playing on PC or console? Neither. So I have a handheld which is called a GPD XD Plus. Yes, it is called that, and it is that long. And it's essentially a Android handheld on steroids. And what I have is a Bluetooth controller that I've basically shoved in via Bluetooth. And I'm currently streaming the PlayStation version of Doom because it was the only one that kind of ran smooth and was the closest to the PC version as I could get. So, but yeah, I mean, as you can see, it seems to work okay. And the bloody hell. And as you can see, it seems to run okay, and the whole thing is actually being streamed from the unit itself. So, no funny cables, no converters, no nonsense. which obviously I am happy about. Sorry, I'm just looking for a pillow. Give me a minute. Right, sorry about that. Yeah, basically, so I'm having to lean closer to the microphone of this unit just so you guys can hear me, because the mic is a bit shit, unfortunately. So it's not my usual Rode mic that I would be using. It's the mic built into it. So as you can imagine, it's a bit rough around the edges, this stream, but hey, it works. And I'm quite happy that it works all from the unit itself, and it seems to be working okay. So I'm not gonna complain about that. Oh, come on. No. No. Oh, I'm so dead. That's it, Imp. You go and do that. You go and harass the people up there. Well done. Right. So I'm just checking to make sure the stream hasn't cut out again. Which it hasn't. Good. Right. Right. You have my full attention. And I seem to have died because of lack of attention today. No, I didn't want to do that. Back that up. Stop it. There we go. Right. Yeah, so I mean the whole unit is actually built into one. And I really love this unit because I can stream a lot of stuff from it. So Dreamcast. Dreamcast I can do pretty well. I was playing Ikaruga, which is one of my favourite games before. So I may do a stream of that before the end of the year. I'm probably going to make this one my last one for the year, given my knee situation and a load of other stuff that I need to work through to get ready for next year when I'm doing streams. Oh, bloody imps everywhere. Go down. Die. Oh, for God's sake. Arrgh. It's been good my side so far, only been a few minutes. Okay, well it's good to have you anyway, Mr. Intrigue Gaming, appreciate you being here. It's quite a funny setup actually. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture, because I think lots of you will actually laugh if I show you exactly what I'm streaming from. So I've basically got an iPad set up that's got the Twitch chat and a live feed of the stream. And then obviously I've got the unit running just next to me on a bedside table, so it just shows you can stream on a quote-unquote budget. You can probably hear me frantically battering buttons in the background. Mainly the shoot button at the moment, which seems to be the one of choice for me, because I'm trying to actually get through this bit, and I got really far, got killed, and I had a chainsaw, I had I keep saying bloody chainsaw, Gaming Muso's drilled that into my head. A chain gun, or a machine gun, yeah, and now I've got a pea shooter and not a lot of ammo for my shotgun, so, and a lot of imps everywhere who seem to absorb bullets. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, my last stream of 2018, I'm going to have a friggin' nervous breakdown over imps. Right, go on, let's get this shotgun. Right, give me it, give me it, give me it. Right, good. Maybe if I just speed run. Go, go, go. Oh, oh dear. This is not going to be good, is it? Alright, I need to. Alright, let's try the more tactful approach. Let's see if I can shoot at distance, which I can. So that's okay. Alright. Moving on to something here. Okay, that's the shotgun. Another marine. Another marine. Okay, this is good. Alright, let's quickly grab a shotty. Yes. Okay, goodbye. You can sit down. Boom, 2 in 1. Right. Oh, right, I'm out of ammo for that now. Right, let's just gather. See if I can draw them to me, maybe. See how many of them I can kill at distance. you see he just fell out the window there. It was hilarious. I've never seen that before, indeed. How funny. Just sort of died and slumped out of the window. Right. as I was saying in Tree Gaming, it is fascinating to think that this is 25 years old, and I still remember it when it first came out. You also missed some random Doom facts as well, including where the name of it came from. Oh, hang on. Wait. Oh, you bloody die. Right, come on. Right, where was I? Ah, right. Oh, there's a room full of bloody imps. Right, shoot the barrel. Shoot the barrel! No, that didn't work. Go inside. Oh, hang on. Minigun! Minigun! Yes. Come on in. Oh, I've got to open the, where's the bloody door thing? There it is. A bit. You can both sit down as well. Come on. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. I didn't get to play this as a kid. Parents were pretty strict about violence in games. Okay. Well, the answer to that should have been... Here we go. Interesting. Oh, I've just run out of ammo for every gun. Oh, shit. Oh, dear. The answer to that would have been that the SNES version didn't actually have violence. Instead of blood, they changed the gore to a wonderful shade of green to try and get around their no violent blood policy thing they had at Nintendo. This is going to be really interesting because I have no ammo. Oh, for God's sake. Oh! Welcome back, Tiger. How was your dinner and what did you have? Are the two main questions that are on my mind at the moment. You had a cheeky fry-up. Ooh. On a Thursday, you connoisseur, you. Oh, God, I'm getting bottled in by bloody imps. Oh. Oh. Sit there. Oh. Doom, why are you so hard? My parents were pretty chill about violent games. Yeah, Doom unfortunately was the fall guy for quite a lot of blade. Oh, hello! Never seen that before. An explosion that sent someone's sprite body flying across. Brilliant. Yeah, Doom became the what's the word I'm thinking of? Scapegoat for violent games, as we all know, and it's a shame because at the time there was actually other games out there that were a lot more violent. But I think the thing was because 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 it's obviously first person view, first person, people think obviously it was more realistic. Can't stay longer, got to go get kids from school, turn notifications on, so I'll catch you next time. Strictly. No problem at all, Intrigue Gaming. Thanks for popping by, man. Really appreciate it. As I said, hopefully my next streams will be a little bit better than this, but I'm trying to get by with this thing I've got. Doom, Mortal Kombat. Do you know what? I'm fascinated that people always keep saying that Night Trap was classed as being a violent game. I played it and I thought it was quite tame, but maybe that's just me. I would have thought something like Splatterhouse was a lot more violent, but I don't know. I guess everyone's interpretation of violence is different, right? Right, I think I'm making progress finally. Maybe not. I need that armour. Yes. Right, who shot me? I'll get you, bastard. Go on. Go on in. Oh, wait, I'm gonna go. Oh, getting imp swarmed. Damn. The other thing I like about Doom is the fact that you have this gun that just seems to have ammo and you never need to reload. It's fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Goodbye, imps. Let me catch up in the chat. Well, I think Night Trap, because it was full motion video based and it was actual people instead of pixels, yeah, I guess so. Plus, he only played Night Trap to perv. Oh dear. Actually, do you actually know what the age rating was on Night Trap? Was it actually an 18? That'd be fascinating to look at. In fact, I might have a quick look at that on my phone actually while I'm here. It'd be fascinating to see that. Have a look. Right, age. Oh, age rating Night Trap. Night Trap's 25th anniversary. Bloody, you telling me this came out the same? Hang on a minute, when was this article? So last year was Night Trap's 25th anniversary. Right, okay. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the box. So apparently the 25th anniversary of Night Trap was also released for the PS4. How hilarious. Yeah, apparently it was a 15. Good gosh. Wow, I'm quite surprised by that. Well, I am and not. I mean, for all the hate people seem to give on it in terms of its quote-unquote violence, to then be given a 15 is quite surprising. Right, I need to shoot that barrel and get that minigun. Right, let's lead the imps that way. Do. Oh, hang on. Get it. There we go. Right. Whoa. Mow down the imps. Goodbye. We're making progress, ladies and gentlemen. We are making progress. It's good. Right, let's get out of here. Right, what did you say? Hey, I give it because it was a meg game. Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely was not breaking any records for gameplay. That's for sure. Oh yeah, you know, other Night Trap games got re-released recently as well. Really? Really? I had no idea. It just amazes me that people seem to re-release absolute shit. Why even invest the time into it? Right, now I've actually got back to a stable gaming state after losing all of my guns. I should be able to finish this now. Right. Goodbye. Right, I'm going to save the minigun. Get the old pea shooter out. Ah, wonderful. Boxes of ammo. Okay, that's where you start. Go into here. Into there, over there. Right, I need to go up the stairs. Oh, I'm trying to remember now. Get it down here. What I find fun is limited run games sold for a price of... Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's amazing to think people would actually pay, like, you know, full whack for a game that, in all honesty, is pretty shit. Just so they can say, hey, I've got a physical copy. Oh, yeah, it's a bit like having a polished turd and being proud of it, but then you went and put sprinkles in it, and you're like, hey, check this out. And they're like, yeah, it's just a turd. Yeah. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, I've done it again, got lost. Right, up the stairs. Right, I don't think it's there. It's not there. Last stupid edition game I bought was Sonic Generations with Sonic and his ring. And no, it didn't smell of... Oh dear. Oh, that episode of Digitizer still haunts me till today. I really feel sorry for Larry. I really do. He seems to be getting the worst the worst end of things. That poor lad. I don't think there's going to be enough therapy to fix that poor guy. But anyway, oh, oi. I just realised I should probably get this out. Whee! Right, one thing I just want to quickly do, oops, bear with me, is just turn the brightness up. So I've just realised I can't actually see what's in this room. Yeah, that episode's pretty ghastly. But when I did it, I knew. Yeah, that episode was pretty ghastly to say. Oh God Almighty, I bloody died. Oh shit! Now I've got to do this all fucking again. Right, here we go again. Right, I'm going to finish this level and then I'm going to end the stream. That's what I'm going to do. I'm committed to finishing this now. Okay. I've run out of solid ammo. Punchy, punchy. Right, there we go. No, run, 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 run. Run. Run away. There is health there. Right. Oh, gonna get it. Yes. Come on. Come on, you bugger. Go down. No. No. But when I did it, nearly killed me along with Nivrin's brand. Do you know what? I was absolutely gutted to learn there's only 6 episodes of Digitizer. Absolutely gutted. They should definitely be thinking of a second series already if they are not. Because Mr. Biffo and Clan, I definitely salute you. You guys have brought a lot of laughs to my life, that's for sure. Nearly made me gag a few times, that's for sure, but you brought a lot of laughs. So. Oh, for God's sake. Same here, but I'm hoping Biffo's up. Hang on, I'm just trying to move it up. Biffo's summing up stuff in a memory card with extra content. Yeah, that'd be good. I'm sure there's probably a lot of outtakes from that. But, probably not for public viewing. Had a bloody hell, did I miss twice with a shotgun? Right. Oh God, I've got the hordes of madness after me now. Shit. Run away! Big boom. Right, go get the shotgun. Get the armour. Yes. Oh, bloody hell, they've all followed me. No. The AI in this game. I forgot how good you are. Oh. Right, okay, good. Right. Right, am I going to get back to a normal level now? Right, okay, good. I wonder if he'll do a series 2. He's got to do a second series of Digitizer. It has to happen. Has to. You know what I mean? It's been it's been a social media dream to watch people's reactions, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh my God, it's definitely not been everyone's cup of tea, that's for sure. But I think that's part of the beauty of it. Like I say, it did take me a couple of episodes to digest it all. But after that, no, I really enjoyed it. Genuinely enjoyed it. Right, why do that? Bugger off for any other side. Quickly nip in. Oh, oh, completely messed it up. Shit. Oh. Oh dear. I thought I'd be clever and nip round the back and steal the minigun. That did. How the hell did I die when I've got 156% armour? What? How does that work? I wonder if he'll bring back some aspects of Biffovision, like, yeah, maybe. That would be quite clever, actually. I didn't think of that. Right. Same tactic as before, I think, which is die. Right, do that, which means this lot are going to come after me now. I've forgotten how bloody hard this game is now. So no, I'm trying to play a first-person shooter on a gamepad, which any normal person would know is bloody ridiculous. Right, is that it? No. Right, goodbye. Yes. Okay. Shoot the big barrels. Watch them go bang. Oh dear. 13% health. Ugh. I've got bloody no chance against that lot. Ooh, that might help me. Oh, great. 11%. Fantastic. That's going to make a massive difference. Right. Is there any health about? I bet there isn't. Arse. Right. Oh, shitty shit. Ooh. Why do you keep... Oh, it's because it's out of... I thought I had bullets for the bloody shotgun and I don't. Arse. Oh. I am going to do this fucking level. I don't give a shit. I don't care if I have to sit here all fucking night. I'm going to do it. Cheats? No, I'm not cheating. I could quite easily input the cheat because I remember what it was on the PlayStation, but I'm not doing it. Unless you guys want it for nostalgia, then I can definitely shove on a bit of God mode and just rampage people. Explosion may help. Oh, up to you. You're the one playing it. Oh. Hang on a minute. Let me need to refresh my memory of what the of what it was now. PS1 sheets. Right. Pause the game. X triangle. L1 up down. Is that it? Let me do it with the on-screen controls. Hang on. Oh, I can't bring them back. Bollocks. So it says here X triangle L1 up down R2 left left. That doesn't look like it works to me. No, that does bullshit. God mode. Down. Am I missing something here? Cheat mode, pause the game. Bear with me a moment. Gamepad on the screen. Enable. Unless it thinks that the thumbstick is the D-pad. Hang on, let me give this another go. X triangle. How weird. How bloody strange. What could it be? Is it like I've got the buttons mapped differently? Maybe. Now you get to see the inner workings of the emulator gamepad. Right. External gamepad. Yes. Yes. Okay, that's not what we want. Map to hardware button. Right. Triangle is that. Circle is that. X is that. Square is that. So, that being said, aha, we have God mode. Fantastic. Right, now then, the last thing I wanted to try. No, that didn't work. Hang on, try it again. X triangle 1. Oh yeah. Now this is doom. The BFG. Wonderful. What a great idea there, Tiger. I appreciate that. It was worth it in the end. It seems I had the inputs slightly different. So. You want some? You want some? You want some? Boom! That's gonna leave a mark. We've got to stick with the minigun. Actually, I might go with the pulse laser. You know I miss cheats in games. Last one I ever used, probably Grand Theft Auto. They always had pretty decent ones. Laser cannon. I adored the laser cannon. Or whatever it was called. It's a laser cannon to me. Anyway, let's see, go through here. Oh, hang about. Oh, of course, I'm in God mode, aren't I? Mow down, everyone! Into the yellow door we go. That was it. And then you got to open the hatch. Oh, hang on. There we go. And that should raise the floor. There we go, along here, across the board. Pick up some goodies that are going to do absolutely nothing. Boom! There we go. Now everyone doesn't have to sit here for another freaking 5 hours watching me play the same bit over and over again. Yeah, but since the advent of achievements and trophies, they aren't there willy-nilly anymore. Well, I guess they probably put, what do they call them? Easter eggs now, which isn't quite a cheat, but I guess it's something for people to find. But yeah, I guess the nostalgia of having those in games seems to have gone now, so yeah, you're absolutely spot on there. Right, and on that note, I did say I was going to end the stream, and I am going to end the stream there. So, as you can see, Doom on the PlayStation 1, which is one of the closest ports to the PC one. I think the music from memory was actually rewritten for the PlayStation, because obviously it had a slightly better audio chip than the other console versions that were made, so that's why the audio and the music is slightly different. But yes, I hope you have enjoyed me messing around and celebrating this wonderful of things, which is Doom's 25th anniversary, which still haunts me and makes me feel very old, but never mind, things happen. But yes, this has been Mean Machine Dean. A big thank you to Tiger and everyone else who popped by, including Intrigue Gaming and everyone else who popped by the stream. Again, 54 followers at the moment, which still stuns me that people actually even bothered to follow me. But yes, this may be the last stream of 2018. I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, thanks for the follow, Taz. Sorry, not Taz, Tiger even. Really appreciate that. So that should become 55 now. It is. Just become 55. Thank you very much, sir. But yes, next year I will promise to do more streams, and they will be a lot more higher quality than the ones that you see here. But yeah, if I can get the audio sorted on this, which I am trying to do, I may try and do some other games, but we'll see. But until then, thank you very much for joining the stream. Have a great evening, and take care all. Goodbye.